Lights out, we're racing in the sprint here in MotorLand. Alex Marquez has made a superb launch away from second on the grid. Marc Marquez is going backwards. He's fourth on the brakes into the first corner. He's going to go around the outside of Acosta, maybe Morbidelli also. He's recovering lost ground though, Marquez, but he was pushed back to fourth briefly. A poor start for the pole man.
And Morbidelli had no problems from the inside, the pit wall side. He got a great start. Bagnaia from fourth got a poor start. He's behind Quartararo and Gianantonio.
As Acosta fights back on Aldeguer, down the hill, tricky braking zone, trail braking with a lot of lean angle into turn 12. Acosta has wrestled back that fourth. Marquez closing up visibly, isn't he, on Morbidelli's rear tyre. Surely Marc's going to have an attack on Frankie into the first corner on the brakes. We're about to find out. Lap one in the books. Alex Marquez leads by 0.3 of a second.
Well, Frankie Morbidelli proved on the first lap that he's not going to let this second place go easily. He tries to squeeze Marc Marquez into turn one, but Marc had the inside line and hiked the high ground. He's back up into second place. Costa now, of course, regrouping from that mistake he made into turn one, as Bagnaia on our left-hand side of the screen has lost a further 3 places. He's now out of the top 11. Binder into the points in 9th ahead of Ralph Fernandez and Bezzecchi. But what has happened to Pecco Bagnaia? He is down to 12th now.
And Aldeguer has gone for the full lunge on the inside of Acosta down the hill in the 12. He has made it through. A battle of two rising stars in the MotoGP World Championship. They've already had their big tussle so far this year. Look at the top speed of that KTM. KTM surely is the only bike that can outdrag a Ducati down this long back straight here in Aragon. But Aldeguer has the inside line. Some battle this. This is keeping the fans on the edge of their seats.
Alex now, as we approach half distance in the sprint, is now coming under some big pressure from his big brother.
There's a move coming, isn't there, very, very shortly, and Alex will know exactly what is going to happen very, very shortly. They click through that seamless shift gearbox on the Ducati GP24, which Alex is riding, the latest spec factory bike in the hands of Marc. Nothing wrong with Alex's performance on the front end in the braking zone for that turn 16. Now then they power out of the final corner over this crest then. A short dart now to the finish line. The gap is down to just a 1/10 of a second, and now Marc is going for it. Marc attacks Alex on the brakes into the first corner. A bit of a block pass there, wasn't it? Just hugging the inside curve. There was nothing that Alex could do about that. And is this sprint as a contest now over? Being the case.
Contact nearly there between Quartararo and Vinales. Vinales is up the inside and taking that 7th place, and Quartararo nearly tripping over him on the way out of the corner. That relegates Quartararo now down to 9th, and Bezzecchi from the back of the grid is about to take the point position off him. Bezzecchi now on lap 7 of 11 from 20th into the points.
The gap between Aldeguer and Morbidelli has shrunk once again. That's now 2 laps in a row, with the benefit of that medium rear tyre up to optimal working temperature now. That Aldeguer has been 4/10 faster than Morbidelli. And I'm afraid to say Frankie Morbidelli, I don't think he's going to be clinging on to this bronze medal for much longer here in Aragon.
And at this stage, Morbidelli will be managing. Aldeguer won't be. He's just got no concerns as he just breezes past Frankie Morbidelli, as Morbidelli's going to try and think about fighting back, but he's not got the grip to fight with. Morbidelli has well and truly fallen into the clutches here of Pedro Acosta. We said it might be a case of just managing it now for the final couple of laps. Well, Acosta sniffs a 4th place here on that KTM. Rather than worrying about Gianantonio on the medium rear, chasing him down, Acosta looking to go on the attack here.
We ride on board with the Italian, trying to fend off this late onslaught coming from Acosta.
Yeah, there's a queue of riders building up behind him as this last lap begins. Acosta's there, Gianantonio's there, and so too is Vinales. VR46, KTM, then VR46, then KTM. 4 riders in a line, and Morbidelli is clinging on to this 4th place.
How late was Frankie braking there into that first corner? It just looked like Acosta was going to have the advantage on the inside line. What can Frankie Morbidelli do? He's going to have to make that Pertamina Enduro VR46 Ducati a wide load, isn't he, for the second half of this last lap.
He certainly won't want that KTM on his rear tyre when they leave turn 15, because we know how fast Pedro Acosta on that KTM is down the back straight to the final corner. So Morbidelli needs to make sure he gets this 3rd sector absolutely spot on.
We have seen Morbidelli. He is good at getting that Ducati off that turn 15. This time around, he's going to have to be absolutely millimetre perfect on that throttle, because you can see Acosta just went in a little bit hot. Vinales also went charging in too hot down the hill into turn 12 as he was looking to pick up some slipstream. Acosta,
Digi's eyes lighting up now.
Acosta's trying to work out how to close in on Morbidelli. He's got bigger problems coming in, because the Gian Antonio could actually be knocking him back to P6. Into the final section we go. And after a bit of early drama, from pole position to 4th place, having made it a magnificent 7 poles here in Aragon in MotoGP, he's going to make it a magnificent 7 wins in the sprints in 2025. Marc Marquez increases World Championship lead over brother Alex, who takes the checkered flag in a lonely 2nd place.
As Marc Marquez, well, he didn't stay off the top of the sprint podium for long, did he? After silver at Silverstone, Marc tastes gold once again at his beloved MotorLand.